Zendaya is a star, but how good is she actually? People rave about some of her roles like she's once in a generation. Others, totally overhyped, and fans are straight up fighting online about it. Some swear she's the most talented actress in her age group, while others trash her as severely overrated and a total weak spot even in her biggest hits. So today I'm breaking down her top 7 films based on her acting chops, the story punch, how well it's made, box office numbers, reviews, and just how fun it is to finally end this argument. Because trust me, not everything with her name on it deserves the hype. Let's go. Level 1. Space Jam: A New Legacy. Online, fans always slap this at the bottom of her list, and yeah, they're spot on. She's voicing Lola Bunny here. No real feelings, no character growth, nothing that sticks as hers. Critics went in hard, just 26% on Rotten Tomatoes, calling it a shameless cash grab with faulty storytelling. Even people who defend Zendaya against literally everything won't go to bat for this one. Box office? $163 million on a $150 million budget. Basically a near bomb dressed up as a summer blockbuster. Go Derby ranked it 10th out of 11 films. Her own fanbase gave up. Level 1. It's not like it tanked her career. Honestly, it's like it never happened. Level 2. The Greatest Showman 2017. Okay, this one's fun, but kind of annoying too. Fans genuinely love it. Top 3 for rewatchability on Collider. The Rewrite the Stars trapeze scene gets called pure magic online, and honestly, it kinda is. The chemistry with Zac Efron is real, and you can feel it. Ex-users agree, no debate there. But critics weren't as hyped. 55% on Rotten Tomatoes, calling it flashy but empty story-wise. And they have a point, because Ann Wheeler is a subplot to a subplot, maybe 20 minutes of screen time total. Beautiful to watch, effortless to do. And that's why it's stuck at level 2. Too easy, no real challenge. Some fans will say she's top tier even here, but top tier at what exactly? Looking great and singing well in someone else's story isn't a performance. That's a cameo with better lighting. Level 2 looks amazing, but they wasted her big time. Level 3. Spider-Man: Homecoming 2017. This is the one that introduced MJ and kicked off all the arguments about her in the MCU. Homecoming made $880 million worldwide and holds 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. And even in this first outing, Zendaya's deadpan MJ already cut through. Fans immediately called her the smarter half of the duo. Witty, grounded, and a presence in a film that honestly didn't ask that much of her. But let's be real, it's mostly just setting her up. MJ shows up, drops killer one-liners, and disappears. The arc hasn't started yet. She's planting a flag, not telling a story. Still, in a franchise where love interests are almost always completely forgettable, she made MJ someone the audience actually wanted more of from the very first film. That's harder to do than it looks. Level 3. Her intro that got people hooked, even if she didn't get to show everything yet. If you're into this breakdown, subscribe and follow. It only gets more controversial from here. Level 4. Dune 2021. This film's got fans more split than any other on this list. Some ex-users says she murdered every scene. Others literally call her casting an atrocity. Here's what's actually true. Dune won 6 Academy Awards, made over $400 million worldwide, 83% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's one of the best sci-fi films of the decade. And Zendaya, the face of every single poster, the center of every trailer, is in it for maybe 10 minutes. Most of it is a dream sequence. Those 10 minutes do matter though. She brings this tense, held-back vibe whenever she shows up, like she's hiding a ton beneath the surface. The fans defending her aren't wrong about that. But look at the full picture. Story impact is basically nothing. Acting depth locked down by design, and the commercial numbers belong entirely to Villeneuve. She was a well-paid promise of what was coming next. Level 4. It teased her potential, but kept part of it locked down. For now. Level 5. Malcolm and Mari 2021. This one's super polarizing, and it shows exactly what kind of actress she actually is. 57% on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics went after it hard. Self-indulgent, pretentious, a mess. Users on X barely mention it. And honestly, the script is uneven. The film is flawed. There's no getting around that. But Zendaya carries it on her own way. Filmed secretly during COVID. 2 actors, 1 house, no plot, no franchise, no backup plan. Just a 2-hour argument, and the only tools she had were her face, her voice, and her body. The intense fights, how she looks completely drained by the end of scenes, that breakdown and rebuild moment is straight up great acting with nothing to hide behind. A critic says she's the only good thing in it. Harsh on the movie, huge props to her. Even people who hate the film admit that she's the only reason it's watchable. Level 5. She carried an entire film alone. It just wasn't a great film to carry. Level 6. Spider-Man: No Way Home, 2021. Here, MJ goes from funny backup to actual heart of the whole series. $1.9 billion worldwide, 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, the biggest pandemic-era box office record, ranked #1 in fans' lists on both Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb, and buried inside all that multiverse chaos and nostalgia, Zendaya quietly delivered her most complete MCU performance. The movie finally gives MJ some heavy stuff: loss, fear, real sacrifice. When Peter chooses to erase himself from everyone's memory, MJ's reaction isn't just a plot beat, it's a gut punch. That lands because Zendaya made you care about this character across 3 films, and in this moment, she cashes all of it in. Fans consistently called this her best MCU work. The evolution from quirky sidekick in Homecoming to emotional anchor here is one of the most quietly impressive arcs in the whole franchise, and X-users track that growth film by film. The MCU ceiling still exists. She's still in someone else's story, but within those walls, she found every inch available and used all of it. Level 6. Her biggest hit ever, and the MCU role where the script finally let her shine for real. Level 7. Dune Part 2 2024 and Challengers 2024. Yes, it's a tie, and both of them earned it. These two are when she went up from up-and-comer to straight-up icon. Dune Part 2, $714 million worldwide, 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. X-users said she stands apart even in a stacked elite cast and calls her arc an enormous leap. Her Chani here is way more fleshed out than the vague dream stuff in the first film. Defiant, angry, politically awake, emotionally wrecked, and her arc actively pushes back against the protagonist, which in a blockbuster this big is a genuinely bold choice. That part where she sees Paul turn into the leader she always warned against? No big speech, no dramatic music, just her face. Chills. That's real movie craft. Challengers, 94 million worldwide, 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. YouTube reviewer says she has the best range in Hollywood right now. X-users call it straight up movie star performance. She plays Tashi Duncan, calculating, selfish, completely unrepentant, and somehow makes the audience get her without giving them a single reason to root for her. Her body language in this film is something else. The grip on the racket, owning every room she walks into. Everything's on purpose, no fluff anywhere. Some on X still says Euphoria is her real peak. Others call Challengers pretty good, not elite. The detractors exist, but even they can't dismiss what Guadagnino pulled out of her. If you're forcing a pick between the two, Challengers edges it. No IP, no franchise to catch her, pure lead actress built from scratch. No major awards came her way for either film, genuinely one of the biggest snubs of 2024. But the conversation now is settled. She's one of the most precise performers of her generation. Level 7. Both these movies sealed it. End of story. 7 levels, 7 films, 1 actress figuring out her ceiling while the whole world watches. Going from a meh voiceover to tying for the top with the 2 of the most talked about performances of the year. That's no straight path. That's her whole story. And it's not over. The Odyssey is coming. More levels are loading. Now, the internet has loud opinions. As always, is the Spider-Man trilogy still too low? Should Challengers sit above Dune Part 2 outright? Drop your rankings in the comments. We read every single one. Subscribe and follow. See ya.